today is the concept of writing rhymes, okay? Understanding the science of writing rhymes. What does that mean? Last week we talked about having the understanding of a concept, okay? A concept is where everything should flow from. Think of the concept as the roots of the tree, okay? Your concept is where everything begins. When you write a rhyme, when you begin to write a song, you got to have an idea. That's the difference between what you just saw here. That guy was talking about writing versus freestyling. When you get up to freestyle, that's the concept. There is no concept. It's the aspect of making it up as you go along. That's not what we're talking about. When we're talking about the MC, we're talking about the idea of him starting with a concept and from there beginning to write his lyrics, okay? Does that make sense? Everyone follow me? Okay, so what I want you to understand, first of all, is every rhyme you write is a conversation, okay? You might want to write that down. Every rhyme you write, every beat you make is a conversation. What does that mean when I say every rhyme you write is a conversation? How many of y'all have friends that like to call you on your cell phone and talk 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 and talk? Okay? What? You put your hand down. We all have friends like that. We all have people like that. Why do we send those people to voicemail? Because we don't want to talk to them. Now think about it. Think about that for a second. Think of every friend you have that drives you nuts and runs up your minutes. Okay? You tell them, call me after 9 o'clock, and they call you at 8:59 on the dot. Okay? We all have friends like that. We all have people that talk our ear off. And we can't stand it. Why? Think about your mom. She told you to go clean your room. Instead of her just saying clean your room, she goes on and on and on and on, and then she turns it into this is why, blah, 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 and what happens? You're like, stop, Mom! Why? Because if you're in trouble and you want something told, you just want it said once, okay? I'm saying this for a reason. Some of you guys are the phone caller that doesn't stop talking. Some of your rhymes you write, okay? Some of the rhymes you write are that person. Now think about it this way. Every lyric you write or every beat you make, now everything I'm saying applies to beats too. You know why? Because beats are a conversation through music, okay? Now every rhyme you write or every beat you make is a conversation. So think about it. If you want to be talked to, think of what you want to know when someone talks to you, okay? I'm saying all these analogies for a reason. If I'm going to talk to you, most likely you want me to get to the point quick, right? Correct? You want to know what I want to talk about. Let's go back to the cell phone analogy. If I call you, you ever had somebody call you and go, what's up? Not much. What are you doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, man, what's going on? Nothing. This person called you. So what's happening? And you have to suddenly carry the conversation. It's like, you called me. Get to the point. Okay? Do you see what I'm getting at? Every time you write a rhyme, you're calling somebody. And some of you are just calling people and you're not getting to any point. You're just talking, or you're just sitting there, or you're boring the person out. Think about it. Think about it even this way. Imagine someone calls you and you're in the middle of something really important. Would you not want that person to get to the point even quicker? Okay? Think about it this way. Every single day, people are in the middle of their lives doing things that are very important. When you bring your music to that person, it's like a phone call in the middle of something. So, hold on one second. It's like a phone call in the middle of something important. So going back to what we just said, you better get to that point quickly. You see what I'm saying? People should understand what you're going to write about in your lyrics from the jump. You get what I'm saying at? That's the analogy I want to get to. And what that basically ties into is the concept of a flow of thought. Okay, you can write that down. Write two things down. Write lyrics. Write lyric writing. First thing, lyric writing. Second thing, flow of thought. Okay? When I talk about lyric writing, I want to give you a couple pointers that can help you. Okay, this is what a lot of people do or don't do when they start off. Can I borrow your notebook for a second? Just a blank piece of paper is good. Yeah. A great way to learn how to write, let me use your pen. A great way to learn how to write in 16-bar format. Remember I talked to you guys about that last week, a couple weeks ago, about writing in radio format. I'm not saying this is the best way to write. I'm saying if you can learn how to write in radio format, you can do anything, okay? So what I'm saying is the best way to learn how to write in radio format is to take your pen. If you can do this, if you know how to write small enough. If not, obviously give yourself more room. But you see how I numbered it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Write 1 through 16 all the way down the side. If you learn how to write one line here and your second line here, what's going to happen with that? You're going to learn how to write structurally. You see what I'm saying? You ever notice guys that you start listening to them rhyme and you're trying to follow them and then they just kind of do like an uncomfortable line in the middle of the rhyme that doesn't really rhyme with anything else in the rhyme? You know why? Because they're not writing like this. They're not learning how to rhyme A with B. I mean, dang, that's like 4th grade. That's what my wife teaches kindergarten kids. You know, rhyme the first part with the second part. But some of us, we don't rhyme to a structure, and so this kind of rhymes here, but then this doesn't really rhyme with anything, and this kind of rhymes down here. And when the person listens to it, it sounds to their ear. Now, I'm not saying this is the best way to write, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. I'm not saying that's the best way to write. I'm saying this is how you learn to write. You get what I'm saying? The best rappers, in fact, a guy by the name of Rakim, he would actually take his lyrics, he would write them out just like this, and then he would divide his page in 3 sections. And this is how he developed what was called multi-syllable rhyming, because he made sure that he was rhyming here in the verse, and he was rhyming here in the verse. Then he was rhyming here in the verse and here in the verse. Does that make sense? It makes your rhymes sound more complex. Little things that you can practice doing, right in bar rhyme format. So if you go, this is how I like to rap, every day I wear my hat. Okay? Just that's, yeah, you can borrow that one if you want. You know what I'm saying? So you learn how to make sure your structure goes here and it stays in 16-bar format. Guys, start learning how to write in this format. Then you can learn how to do anything. And visually it'll be easier for you. And if I go, how many bars did you write? Well, I wrote 8 bars. You see what I'm saying? Then you won't have uncomfortable lines that don't rhyme properly. Okay, these are just basics. Another thing important to that you can do is learning how to wrap up what you have to say in 16 bars. Remember how I talked about 16 bars as one verse in a standard format? Okay? That means if you're going to wrap up everything in 16 bars, by the time you hit the 8th bar, you better be halfway through with what you have to say. Okay? A lot of rappers do this. In fact, almost all rappers start off doing this. I used to do this. You just write and 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 write until you feel like you're done. And you end up with like a 38-bar verse. Which, the thing is, guys, people don't want to hear that much rap. It's too long. They are conditioned in their mind because of radio. As soon as the 16-bar verse ends, it's time for a chorus. Okay? Now, I'm saying these things not because this is the best way. I'm saying this is the way to learn how to start. This is your foundation. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? Any questions? Anyone? Yes?
Yeah, we just talked about, the conversation.
Thank you.
So, like,
You can rip that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really a conversation. It's kind of just like,
Well, it is a conversation. There's all kinds of conversations. There's stupid conversations. There's hey baby conversations.
someone called me saying, I'm your phone boy.
Frank, that's hold the bar. Yeah. He's having a conversation. But you know what his conversation is? He's just conversating about all the stupid dances he wants you to do. Okay? But nonetheless, it's still a conversation. Now, keep in mind, let's go back to the cell phone analogy. You ever had somebody call you and you just talk about stupid stuff, but he's funny? You know what I mean? You got a friend like that just calls you and he's like, okay, well, guess what? There's songs out there that are stupid and real funny, and a lot of people buy them. There's still conversations. You see what I'm saying? There's all kinds of conversations, okay? So it's your choice of what you're going to say.